My name is Gretchen Knutson, and I am the teacher for the Wednesday school kids. And I just wanted to introduce what they're doing tonight a little bit. They have been working for a couple of weeks on this, and it's, you might call it a skit, I guess. It's called The Builder and the Worrier, and it's about Noah's Ark, so they should know the story pretty well anymore. Our narrator is Karen Olfson. She's a member of the church. And the kids are Jackson and Sydney Hahn, Ramsey and Annika Vox, Cooper Hyde, Hayden Anderson, Landon Garretts, and my helper is Gabby Bevers. So please enjoy and watch your kids and grandkids at work.
I think I overdid the walking, but it feels so good to have solid ground beneath my feet. It feels good to know things will be all right. I don't mind telling you that I've been worried for months. You're worried too. You'd be worried too if 600-year-old husband began building a giant boat and you didn't own lakeside property. I thought the man had lost his mind. He's just kept measuring and cutting and building day after day after day. One day I said to him, "Noah, all the neighbors are talking. Here we are in the middle of nowhere and you're building a boat. Just how much water do you think it would take to float the thing?" Between bites of bread, he said, "Lots of water. God said the flood is coming." He talked a lot about what God said. He told me the boat had to be built to God's exact specifications. 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits high, 3 decks, 1 door, and had to have rooms inside and a roof over it all. He painted it with pitch so that the thing would float. Then he said God told him to gather 2 of every living thing, animals, birds, creeping things, and bring them to the boat. It was those creeping things that worried me the most. Well, the lions and tigers bothered me too. Next, Noah said God told him to share food. He spent hours hauling things into the boat. When I asked him who was going to take care of the boatload of animals, I really got worried. He simply said, "We are." "1 old man and 1 old woman?" I said. "Oh no, God said for us to bring the boys and their wives with us. That will make 8 of us. I guess 8 is enough." Finally, the day came for us to board the boat. Once again, I thought my husband had lost his mind. Noah said the flood would begin in 7 days. Now, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. But you don't argue with a man who has been talking to God. I really got worried when the rain came. We're not talking about an afternoon shower. We're not talking about a weather front moving through. We're talking rain. And rain and rain. We're talking 40 days and 40 nights of rain. I'd like to tell you I stopped worrying when the rain stopped, but we looked outside and saw nothing but sky and water. It was beautiful. Blue above us, blue below us. Always loved the color blue, but I was ready to see some green and some brown. Maybe a few yellows and reds and pinks, but all we saw was blue. I worried again when the wind started blowing. Was another storm coming? I realized a little when it was only wind. I relaxed a little only when it was wind. After 150 days of wind and receding water, our boat stopped moving. Many days later, we realized the boat was sitting on the mountain of Ararat. There we sat in the boat with all the animals. Finally, Noah opened the window of the ark and sent out a raven. He also sent out a dove, but the dove came back to the boat. 7 days later, Noah sent the dove out again. This time, the dove returned with an olive leaf. Life was returning to earth. My worries were almost over. 7 days later, Noah sent out the dove again. This time, the dove did not return. We knew it was safe to leave the boat. But we had to leave the boat in a pacific way. Because Noah had been listening to God again, every animal, every bird, every creeping thing had to exit the ark in family groups. It took a long time. But we got the job done. Now the creatures can multiply and replenish the earth. And I can quit worrying. Noah, oh, he's building again. This time he's building an altar.